A single twig may break easily, but a bundle of twigs, now that's a whole different story. In Korea, there's a saying that one step by 100 is greater than one step or 100 steps taken by one. In other words, when more people join in, more power is exerted. Now, since last week, we brought you a report on national cohesion, and this week we'll be looking at social integration and how it is and where it stands today.
There is no country that is free from social conflicts, which hamper public cohesion. Regional self-centeredness, or NIMBY, not in my backyard, opposes new developments of public facilities near their residents. Religious and racial conflicts due to different ideologies. Generation gaps from rapid cultural change. And other social conflicts are hindering public integration and have become an obstacle for sustainable economic development.
For example, people approve establishing a town of legal firms while opposing the building of a prison. Yes to an airport, but no to an airbase. This could ultimately lead to a disintegration of a nation. We need to have a nationwide discussion to address national conflict issues. So I believe we need to set a clear standard for public consensus.
In order to resolve social conflicts, preventing national cohesion, new proposals are emerging to revise irrational laws and regulations. Last month, a nationwide open forum kicked off in the southern city of Daejeon. Experts, college students, and people from all walks of life gathered at the forum. With these open discussions, there is an opportunity to develop national consensus and a system to resolve social conflicts. These open discussions and exchange of ideas are helping to map blueprints for Korea.
Social cohesion can start in small ways in our daily life. We have been promoting small action, bigger value movement. We've traveled to 9 cities and provinces and held a series of open discussions. After 30 forums, we have identified public interest and we've contributed in eliminating laws that can create social conflict, such as eliminating region of origin on driver's licenses.
According to private research, regional conflict causes an economic loss of $22.6 billion. This is equal to nearly 70% of this year's government budget of $32.8 billion. Such social conflicts cost between $7.5 billion and $22.6 billion every year. So what are the social conflicts that the Korean public faces in their daily life?
We must eradicate prejudice. Korea can only advance further once we change the current society where one's success is determined by educational background.
Generational conflict is a major issue. Young and old generations cannot communicate with each other. Also, the younger generation dislikes my generation. We need to have a dialogue, but they just oppose each other's opinions unilaterally.
Then, what are the major social conflicts hampering national cohesion? They are mainly regional, labor management, ideological, and public conflicts. Today, we simply cannot ignore these major rifts in Korean society. Not in my backyard syndrome reaches far and wide, opposing a new development of public facilities. Back in March, Hanam, Gyeonggi-do Province recreated food waste disposal plant into an underground facility. On the ground level, more facilities were built for local residents to enjoy. Residents of one village strongly opposed building cemeteries and funeral halls near their residence. After 14 years of dispute, it was resolved by establishing a memorial park instead of a cemetery. In order to resolve the issues, Korea continues dialogue and works towards compromises between local government and residents.
Building public facilities can increase affinity between the government and local residents. Offering various convenient aspects for the public to enjoy offsets opposition of building unpleasant facilities, thus creating economic and cultural values. Local residents should also find solutions to welcome public facilities built with creative efforts.
A local government in Seoul visits areas at the center of public controversy with local residents. This type of cooperation paves the way for national cohesion. Korea is actively moving forward to achieve social unity. Like the old saying, well begun is half done. Experts see a bright future ahead of Korea as it makes a step toward national cohesion.
As we stay close to the residents, their ideas are implemented in actual policies. The higher the public participation, the better policies that are made. So events like this play an important role.
Though we have much more to tackle ahead, these first steps have already begun, laying the groundwork towards national cohesion, and perhaps to Korean reunification in the future.